How's it going, everyone? Gringo here today with another episode of our Extreme Z battles. Sorry it's a day late. It's been kind of a hectic week for me. But anyways, we are going to be taking a look at a Pinnacle of Fury Goku, one of the newer EZAs today. And let's switch over and get right into level 5. Okay, so starting up level 5, our advantage type characters today are going to be full power, extreme agility. Now you can use any extreme character, stay away from the super ones because they are going to get nerfed in the later stages. So pretty much any extreme full power characters are going to work, extreme agility being the main focus since the enemy is going to be strength. Now for my team, I did not have a full team that I could fill out with category and type advantage, so it's kind of mixed in there, and I actually chose not to use the full power lead with the Frieza because there was another LR Frieza that fit the agility category or type, and he was going to work out a lot better, but I will get to him. So what I did choose for the leader was the Super Saiyan Broly here. He is a Resurrected Warriors Key 4 and 130% category lead, so that actually fit all of my team except for the very last Frieza LR that I was talking about. So that Frieza at the end of the team is the only one that is not going to get the leadership, so 5 out of 6 isn't too bad there. Now this Broly can actually be really nice. If you get to the 4th turn and he transforms, you can get a guaranteed 24 key super there, and you have a chance of getting an extra super on top of that, so that is nice. But a lot of these stages, especially the early ones for me, were not lasting that long, so that didn't really come into play. I think I maybe saw it 3 or 4 times throughout all 30 stages, because by turn 4, either he wasn't in that specific turn, or I had either won or lost by then. Now our second character here is going to fit the category and type advantage and is going to work out really well. He was definitely one of the cornerstones for my team, and that is going to be the AGL Golden Frieza. And he worked out very well, specifically because of his passive, where he reduces damage received by 90% when your HP is 50% or above. That was an amazing ability to have in this, so if you have one of him, and you can at least Dokkan Awaken him, get him to 120, I believe he does have an Extreme Z Awakening, which I haven't done yet. But even at 120, he was working out very well for me, even into the later stages, into the 20s. He was taking double digits from supers, so that was very nice to see. Our third character here is going to be the Glacial Prestige Frieza. Now, I do have him Extreme Z Awakened, and he actually did work out very well. He was taking hits a lot better than I thought he would, and of course you have that added ability of him healing your team each turn he comes in, so I was recovering 11% HP, and he was transforming for me, so beefing himself up some, and then that healing is very nice, especially when you're hitting that threshold for your second character, because you want to try not to get under 50% health. So if he can keep that health up, then he keeps bumping it up and keeps you above 50% health so that your Golden Frieza can continue to take those 90% reduced damage hits. Now the fourth character in our team, he wasn't really here to do a lot for me except maybe get some links with the other characters, because half of the rest of the team is just a bunch of Frieza characters. So I brought the Intelligence Golden Frieza Angel, and he wasn't impressive, I guess, but he did have a couple of things that were going for him. He was dodging attacks for me, which was very nice, and I don't really understand why he was able to dodge as many attacks as he was dodging compared to the other characters. I don't have him really like fully built, and he's only got level 5 evasion, so those dodges were coming in handy, and a lot of them were unexpected, and I feel like for a level 5 skill he was dodging a lot more than even some of the characters that have an evasion in their passive do. so that was nice for him. Other than that, his damage was just kind of okay-ish slash subpar, which is to be expected. He's not like 100%ed or anything. He doesn't have any skill orbs. So mainly just there for the links and surprised with the evasions that he could do. Now the 5th character in our team was going to be this full power Bojack here. He does fit the type and category advantage, but I have not worked on him at all. His super is still level 1, and he doesn't have anything in his hidden potential. He has no skill orbs or anything. I just brought him to basically be a damage magnet. I just want him to take hits. That's all I want him to do. And he was doing that fairly well. He wasn't as impressive in the later stages, but again, he's not really built, so he'll be taking reduced damage compared to what characters that don't have category and type advantage will take. But other than that, he still was taking a pretty good amount of damage. I think towards the later stages he was taking just under 50k from normals, so that's quite a bit. Plus, he doesn't really link super well with a lot of the characters in this team, so if you can find something better than him, then I would definitely recommend switching him out and find something that works better for you that will mesh better with the rest of the team. Now the last character in our team here, and I think the cornerstone of the team other than the AGL Golden Frieza, was, I guess, the AGL Golden Frieza, I guess, was for taking damage, so your defense. This one is going to be your main attacker if you have him. This is going to be the AGL Full Power Frieza, and this character helped me get through a lot of the stages. So what he can do is he can launch an additional super attack after receiving attacks, so he can tank for you. Obviously he's got the category and type advantage lead, so I was throwing him in the slot that would mainly take the most hits because some of the rest of my team could not take hits at all. I'm looking at the Bojack, the Intelligence, Golden Frieza Angel, and the Broly. So they were not taking attacks well, so I would stick that Full Power Frieza in there. He would take most of the attacks if I didn't have the Golden Frieza. And it was kind of a detriment sometimes because if this Full Power Frieza was thrown into the second or third slot, he has a chance of getting another additional attack that can be a super. So if he takes an attack, he gets a chance at an additional super, and if he is the second or third attacker in a turn, I would recommend not putting him in the third position because you want to keep him in rotation as much as possible. So throw him into the second position unless you're getting attacked a lot in the first slot and you don't have somebody like the AGL Golden Frieza, but keep him in rotation and he can get a third attack that can be another super. Also, another cool thing about his passive all the way down at the bottom is that he performs a critical hit when there is an enemy whose name includes Goku. So, since you're only fighting Goku in this whole event, he should be getting a lot of critical hits for you, which is really nice. And it deals a very good chunk of damage on an enemy whose superclass and HP is under 30%. So this will work very well in this event because you have a superclass enemy, and it will work out very well. It actually did maybe 2 or 3 times for me. When I was getting into like the third or fourth turns, my HP was getting kind of low, his HP was getting kind of low, and then he would have like those 2 or 3 attacks before my first turn attacker would kind of get their chance to attack. So throwing in this Full Power Frieza's active would save me from losing and would actually win it for me. It was, most of the time, I think it was dealing over 4.5 million damage. And we are about to get a good example of it in the background right now. We got 4.1, so a little lower, but still really good damage. As you can see, you don't have to worry about taking the extra hits in there, so you can just use that when his HP is low and hopefully just one-shot him to finish the fight. Now, the last thing I need to talk about here, of course, is going to be the friend characters you bring, and you are going to see the ones in the background. Of course, it's going to be the ones I have already recommended and talked about. The first one, of course, is going to be that LR Frieza, because if you have a copy of him and you bring a friend copy of him, then you have 2 of them. That's twice the damage. You can get twice the amount of supers, so you can get 2 or 3 supers with him. You can get the guaranteed 2 from taking attacks. The third one, if you're the second or third attacker, you can get an extra active, so you can get 2 of those actives if he's under 30%. You get them both in the same turn, then you can use it twice to kind of finish him off or guaranteed finish him off. But if you don't have that option and you can find him, you can also bring that AGL Golden Frieza. Now, I think he's going to be a lot harder to find than some of the other characters, so he's just up there as a recommendation if you can find him but you can't find that full power Frieza on the left. Same thing with the final form Cooler. I know he is the newest one. He did work very well in the early stages for me, but in the later stages he did kind of fall off. He started taking a ton of damage, so even though he can get like 3, 4, 5 attacks in a row in one turn, once it got to like the stage 20 and above, he was taking a lot more damage from normals, and if he got supered, he was taking about 350k. So he is one that, although I would recommend him, it would be for the earlier stages and try to find mainly that full power Frieza at the end. And it looks like we are about to finish off floor 30 in the background right here with who else but of course that full power Frieza. So hope you enjoyed the video. That's going to be it for today. Sorry it was late again, and see you all next time.